It was late at night, and the sky was an endless void, suffocating the world beneath me. The air hung heavy with dread, as if the darkness itself was watching, waiting. I've been flying planes for nearly 20 years, seen it all: storms, engine failures, even a passenger who thought the cockpit was a bathroom. But nothing prepared me for this flight. It was supposed to be a quick trip to a secluded island in the Bahamas. Easy money. Or so I thought when I got the call. If you enjoy stories that make your spine tingle, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share with friends, and comment below. What would you do? The job offer was unusually generous. That alone made me pause. Too good to be true? Probably, but bills don't pay themselves. The client's name? Oprah Winfrey. Yes, that Oprah. I should have walked away. Something felt off, but I ignored it. Money talks. At the hangar, things were strange. More people than usual. Security everywhere. Everyone moved with urgency, but no one spoke. The silence was deafening. As I boarded the plane, I noticed unmarked boxes being loaded. No labels, just codes. No explanations. Odd, but I shrugged it off. Then the passengers arrived. Kids, well-dressed, but their eyes empty, like they weren't really there. It was unsettling. We were headed to a tropical paradise, but this felt like anything but a vacation. During the flight, the atmosphere grew heavier. The kids sat silently, staring ahead. No laughter, no movement, like little statues. The adults, in contrast, were loud, laughing, almost manic. It felt forced, like they were pretending everything was fine. Then I heard laughter, turning into muffled screams. I caught snippets of conversations about substances, names I didn't recognize. Alarming. The boxes emitted a strange chemical odor, medicinal, but mixed with something else. My instincts screamed that something was wrong. My co-pilot, Peter, looked as uneasy as I felt. We exchanged glances, both thinking, what have we gotten ourselves into? Suddenly, shouting erupted from the back. A man was losing it, screaming, things breaking. I wanted to check, but I was stuck in the cockpit. As we approached the island, the tension was unbearable. The island looked like paradise, but it felt wrong. Upon landing, the beach was pristine, but the air was thick with unease. Men in dark suits and sunglasses approached. Oprah was there, smiling, surrounded by her entourage. The kids disembarked last, their expressions vacant. This wasn't a vacation. It was something else entirely. One of the men approached us. Oprah wants you to stay for the party, he said. It wasn't a request. Peter and I exchanged glances. We had no choice. The mansion was enormous, music blaring. Inside, the atmosphere was surreal. Oprah greeted guests, her smile not reaching her eyes. The children were led away. Their fear was palpable. I was handed a drink, bitter, not just alcohol. My vision blurred, body heavy. The room spun, laughter distorted. People moved unnaturally. Then, darkness. I awoke in a dim room, Peter beside me, unconscious. My body ached, vision blurry. What had we walked into? His lips were cracked, breathing shallow. I shook him, but my arms felt like wet noodles, like I'd been hugged by a vampire with a juice cleanse. He blinked. We locked eyes, no words, just mutual, uh-oh. This wasn't a bad trip. This was a full-on nightmare, like if the backrooms and Skynamarink had a baby and named it Regret. My stomach did the Macarena. We were in deep. Then bang! The door flew open. A man in a black suit stood there, expressionless, eyes like a tax audit. He motioned us to follow. No words, just pure "you're screwed" energy. We stumbled after him down a hallway that stretched longer than a YouTube ad. Red lights flickered. Walls smelled like expired secrets. Each step felt like walking on jello made of dread. At the end, a massive wooden door. It creaked open to reveal a room so grand, it made Versailles look like a garage sale. Heavy curtains blocked all light, air thick with power, and maybe old cheese. And there she was, Oprah, surrounded by people who looked like they hadn't blinked since 1999. She smiled. But it wasn't a, you get a car smile. It was a, you get eternal damnation smile. Welcome, she purred. Glad you could join us. We stood there, unsure if we were guests or appetizers. She gestured us forward. Our legs moved, but our souls screamed. One of her minions held up a camcorder. He pressed play. There we were, on screen, doing things that would make a demon blush. Things we didn't remember, things we couldn't unsee. I wanted to vomit, or scream, or both, but I was frozen. Trapped in a horror short that would get demonetized instantly. Oprah leaned in. "This is what happens when you know too much," she whispered. "You're special, chosen. Part of something bigger now." Her words hung in the air like a bad Wi-Fi signal. "There's no going back, no way out. Do what we need, or lose everything." The threat was clear, and terrifying. We were escorted back to the hallway. The walls seemed to close in. The air grew heavier. Peter's breathing was loud. Mine was non-existent. On the plane, silence. We didn't speak. What was there to say? We were marked, owned, haunted by memories that felt like jump scares on loop. Back home, I tried to smile, pretend, but inside, I was shattered. The suitcase of cash next to me felt less like payment and more like hush money. That night, I sat at the kitchen table, staring into the void. I knew they were watching, always. I was a character in a horror short with no end credits. Sleep was a joke. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the children, their empty stares, Oprah's smile, the mansion's twisted energy, Peter's fear, the cries on the plane. It replayed endlessly. I tried to forget, but the memories were like pop-up ads for trauma, relentless, unforgiving. I was part of something dark, something I couldn't escape. I told myself I had no choice, but the guilt was a constant ache. The children's eyes haunted me. I had done nothing, just watched, paralyzed by fear. I became paranoid. Every shadow was a threat, every noise, a warning. I couldn't relax, couldn't trust, not even myself. At night, I'd lie awake, listening to my family's peaceful breathing, wondering how long before they came for me, how long before everything I loved was taken. Then, a knock, sharp, loud, echoing through the house. I froze, heart racing. I knew it was them. I opened the door. A man in a dark suit stood there, eyes cold. "Michael Anderson?" he asked. I nodded, unable to speak. "We know you've been thinking about what happened," he said. "You should be more afraid of what will happen if you speak." His words were ice. He handed me an envelope. "You'll get your next instructions soon. Don't try to run. Don't tell anyone, for your family's sake." He turned and left. Inside the envelope, a single sheet of paper. "Do not speak. Do not act out. We will come for you." A clear threat. Not the first. Not the last. I sat down, the weight of it all crushing me. This wasn't just a dark chapter. This was my life now. The island, the mansion, Oprah. The nightmare was only beginning.